Hello there viewers, good day to you. Welcome back to the channel. This fine specimen of an automobile is a 2013 Ram 1500. It's got the 5.7 Hemi. This thing comes to me from the dealership. They were having a bit of trouble working out some kind of a trouble code. I believe this thing's got around 100 and some change thousand on it. There we go. A little high mileage, 170994 on the odometer. Customer states it's got an intermittent check engine light, trouble code P1004. Now, like I had said, it had been at the dealership, and they did a little bit of work regarding that P1004 code, but the code came back. It went back to the dealership. I guess they updated the ECM. The guy drove it. Then it came back, and they can't seem to figure out what the dealio is. So now it's here. Now it's my turn. So one of the complaints on the work order is that it had an intermittent, like a misfire under load. You know, you're driving up a bridge, semi-full throttle, 3/4 throttle, something like that, and it would misfire. We went ahead and pulled the spark plugs out of it and found that these are copper cord plugs, and they're a little bit worn. I don't believe these are the originals. These are NGKs in here. They've been replaced before. However, there is a misfire going on under load. However, that's not the cause of the complaint. Again, the cause of the complaint is that 1004 code. I believe the definition for that 1004 has something to do with the intake manifold short runner circuit. Now, that's not a familiar system to me. I'm not very involved with the intake manifold runner actuators on these Hemis. I've worked with them on the Fords before, but not so much on the Hemis. So this is going to be a learning experience, I think, for the both of us. That's you and me. Multiples of us. Thousands of us, actually. Learning experience. That's what we're doing here today. So stay tuned. This is going to be a very good video. Opening the hood. Yeah. This thing is just loaded with it. It's a circular cheetah. So I'm taking a look at the tech notes from the dealership last time this was serviced, and it looks like they removed and replaced the short runner valve actuator. That's the electronic actuator that I'm assuming moves some mechanical flapper valves which are inside of the manifold. They replaced an oil channel seal due to a seal coming apart, and hooked up with the tech, or the WE tech, I guess that's Chrysler's version, the WE tech. They tested the actuator, and it passed the test. They reinstalled the intake and drove the truck, found the truck shuttered and had a code 1628. They tested that and found that the map sensor wiring was shorted together. So there was an electrical issue here with melted wiring connectors. So that could be useful information. They may not have found all of the melted together wires. So I really don't know what we're looking for. I'm basically going to go back in this and sort of recheck what they said they had done and see if there's any deficiencies or something that was missed. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with this system. I went ahead and pulled up the flow chart to diagnose this, and there's several things you have to do. One of which is install a known good PCM and then recheck the system. I'm not going to do that because I don't have a known good PCM, nor do I have the resources to just start putting PCMs in cars and then rechecking things. So that's this thing is falling victim to what I call the diag tree parts cannon, because sometimes those flow charts will tell you to install a known good component and then recheck. And here in the aftermarket land, that's really not it's not an acceptable way to diagnose things. We really can't do that because it costs the customer money and it costs us time, and time is money, so all that does is cost everyone money. So I'm gonna try, what I'm gonna do is just take the recheck it all approach and see if we missed something, or perhaps something else has failed along the way. Again, this RO was dated 7/22/24, so it's been a couple of months since they've been in there. Maybe something else happened and we're not aware of it. So let's get our hands a little bit dirty here and go in there and figure it out. I'm gonna pull this air box off. We're gonna pull the intake tube off. We're gonna pull this engine cover off, and I'm probably gonna pull the intake manifold out of this unit to re-inspect everything. Now, clearly we're not gonna get very far with a bunch of stuff in the way, so like I said, we'll pull the air box off first. A couple little metal clips on here. That'll pull the air filter lid up and away. Did I miss one? I don't know, maybe. I don't think so. Ah, there we go, got it. Pull that guy off, then we'll take the tube off over here. Get under there with a screw and driver. Yeah, I made a comment last week. The lot was full of Chryslers, and we just got two finished. And now there's another. I guess we're in Chrysler Dodge country around here. So anyway, there's our airbox lid. Set that off to the side. Looks like we've got a brand new air filter in there. That looks pretty good. We'll just put that back. Don't need you. And the engine cover is coming next with me. Coming with me next. There we go. That's our manifold. That's a big unit. Okay. So let's see. Moving a little closer, we've got a couple hoses here. Some vacuum lines. Maybe I can get those guys off. We'll get the this PCV line off next. And the fuel line should follow shortly after. Like I said, I'm gonna pull this whole manifold off the engine here. Come here. Oh, there we go. That's our line that goes over to the airbox lid. One more PCV line over here. Found a problem. There's something broken right there. Yeah, I don't know if that's leaking or not, but that's a break in the plastic right back over yonder. Something's wrong. Maybe they broke it disassembling it once upon a time. Okay, fuel line back in the corner. I'll get that last. Let me go through. I think I'll disconnect all the injectors next electronically. Oh, this is interesting. Clips don't want to release. Push the clip in, give it wiggles, it doesn't want to go. Come on, you. There we go, got it. And there's gonna be 4 injectors on each side. This is a V8, the 5.7 Hemi. Does that thing got a Hemi in it? Sure. There's the one out back. That's the only one that has that little red retainer clip on it still. The others have broken off during the last disassembly event a couple months ago. There we go. Now back here, I believe that's the intake manifold runner, what you call it, little motor thing. It appears there's been a repair made to this wire right here. They had made mention of some damaged wires. Justin pulling in his Mercury. It's got a low brake pedal. Easy, hot rod. We're trying to listen to ourselves think around here. He's like, what? What? I can't hear you, what? You put side pipes on it like that little red Shelby. Look at that. Oh, don't run into stuff. You're good. Hurry now. Ah, he's showing off now. Nice. All right, anyway, let's get this other side disconnected and we'll pull this manifold out of here for inspection. I hope I can get the manifold out without pulling the nadir off. That would be aggravating to me. Okay, these little red clips aren't even engaged. Pull that one off. Get this one out back. I can't get that one. That one feels broken. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. I want to release the fuel line clip at least. Leave it attached for the time being. Hey, shut that down, man. It's starting to get stinky. You didn't hear me. On deaf ears. There we go. That thing's half broken as it sits. I don't like that. There. Alrighty, all this is mostly disconnected and we'll find out whatever's left when we go to pull this out. So let's get all the perimeter bolts out of the intake. It should be, I think, 5 on each side. Let's pull these off.
Ooh, that one came out. I'm dropping it and losing it and getting lost. Oh no. Yeah, that one just went away.
Okay, that fell down into obscurity somewhere. I'll have to find that when I pull the intake out. So let's go around the other side here and get those other bolts disconnected and pulled out of there. Oh, I know I was a little vague on that misfire business earlier. Like I said, we're gonna throw some spark plugs in that after the fact, but I want to get the diagnosis done first. That way we know what the problem is before we start fixing other stuff. What I'm saying is the plugs are a problem, but they're not the problem. Right here. Can't see that one. Is there one there? Can you guys see it? Oh yeah, right there. I feel it. I can't see it, but I can feel it. I think. Oh yeah, that one's loose. We're good. Get that back one. Now that did not appear healthy. Threads look okay though. All right, we'll revisit that hole in a minute. Okay, let's get the rest of these guys out of here. I don't want to drop them and lose any more. I think it fell into the valley, or it's just sitting like right there, just out of reach, but cross that bridge when I get around to that bridge, I suppose. And that's everybody on this side. Yeah, there's that broken bit of plastic right there. Something with this little cap on here. I'm not sure why it's broken. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this manifold's loose. I think I should be able to just kind of maneuver it out through here. Something hanging up in the front. A little bracket or something like that. What is this? Oh yeah, this metal bracket here is in the way. Let's get that thing disconnected. There's a 13 down there, which is good because I happen to have a 13 right here. Unclick. Yep, right down there in that hole. Okay. Can I reach? It's a compound reach around type of deal here. Reaching in, around, through, up, down. There we go. Okay, that's gonna have to come all the way off that bracket. Don't drop the nut. Okay. Oh good, yep, we're loose here. There is one connector on a sensor in the back of this manifold though. Okay. Ow, that's heavy. Alright, that wire back there is in my way. Hang on, let me reach in there and get that thing unplugged. Got it. And our manifold's still plugged into something else. Hang on, there's a plug around the other side. I got that other plug disconnected. I'll show you in a second. This is what we're here to find, right back behind here. So that's the actuator for the flapper valves inside of the manifold. So when the ECM commands it, the little motor inside of here will turn. It'll run the linkage inside and then change those valves inside of this manifold. So we either have an issue, probably not with this actuator, because that looks like it's been replaced. That's fairly newish. We either got an issue with the electronics, or the valving inside of this manifold could potentially be the issue here. Here, let's get this thing out of the way and on the bench real fast. Okay, so I spent like 15 minutes looking around under here for wherever that bolt went, that phantom manifold bolt, and I still can't find it. I already had my head shoved down in the hole and I still can't find it. I took off this insulation that was hanging out in here and it's not under there. It didn't go down in the intakes, and I for the life of me, I have no idea where that bolt ran away to. But what I have found is some electrical wiring repair around one of the sensor connectors, and then this right here is the runner control connector. Now that splices into the same harness, like right here, and that other work order had made mention of some damaged wires. So I'm gonna pull back that that connector or insulation on that harness, and we're gonna see if the wire damage goes deeper than what we had assumed. I'm hoping to find some corrosion in there, and all we got to end up doing is making another electrical repair if I can figure out how to get this thing disconnected. Yeah, this job's fighting me a little bit, guys. It's fighting me some. I can't like it. Okay, so this right here is getting real good. This connector is broken. You guys see, let me find it. See this right here? A big crack in the side of it? That's where the pin goes to lock this housing into place. And you see that little green thing right there? There's a blue one on the other side inside of it, and that thing is supposed to run off of these little teeth, these little gear teeth on this lever. And you can see how it's kind of working, but then it starts slipping and doesn't come off. Now if I go in here, pull the top of this back, that's the little locking tab, you can see those little green lever guys, or the locks rather, and the blue one on this side, but neither one of them are wanting to let go. It's almost like this thing's glued on. So something happened, and this one on this side, this PCM connector, that's the same way. Watch it. You gotta run that little lever, and it doesn't move the little green locks. So both of these connectors are broken, which is not okay, because I need to get these connectors off of here so I can disconnect this whole deal. I'm scared to take it off because it might not even go back on. This is upsetting me greatly, and I still can't find that phantom bolt either. Yeah, pry that down. I'm almost tempted to call wiring harness on this. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this guy got broken. Oh, that's not broken on the side. That's supposed to be that way. I made an error right there. That little crack's not a crack. But regardless, this thing's stripped and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. And I'd really like to get these guys to come off, because I need the space to cut into that harness. Unbelievable, you guys. Come on, Doge. I've never seen one do this before. This is horrible. I can't make that one go down. Yeah, that one's absolutely flipping stuck. It doesn't move at all. Dang. This is not how I see my day going today. This is not what I want to be doing. Anyway, you know what? I guess I'll just do it the hard way. We're gonna cut this apart like gravity. We're just gonna cut it apart while it's sitting right here in chassis, I suppose. There's really nothing else for me to do. Let's get a razor knife. All right, trying to get in here. So this is the wire, I'm assuming, for that pressure sensor that they said they had repaired due to some corrosion. So we're gonna cut this back and see what type of repair this is looking like. This is not the sensor that had the trouble code, but like I said, it does go straight over. That was nasty. It does go straight into the splice, or into the harness rather. So we're just gonna pull it all back without cutting my fingers. Oh, what a sticky, nasty mess. Okay, that's a good splice. That looks decent. Let's get into the next section here. see, what do we get? There's got to be a smoking gun in here somewhere. Someone show me what I'm looking for. Nah, that's actually looking pretty good. That may not be the issue that I seek. Danger close, huh? You see that? You're chopping holes in my flanges. This knife's pretty dull. I shouldn't have said that. More wounds are caused with dull knives than with good knives. Okay, this connection looks pretty solid to me. I don't think we've got damaged wires down into the harness. That's going to be a no-go. So it's not a wiring issue. I wonder if it's got bad runners inside of the manifold. Okay, so we've got the manifold back up here where we can work on it. I'm gonna pull this actuator motor off, and what I want to do is actuate the little valves in there mechanically, like by hand, and we'll see if they're binding or sticking or anything of that nature. If we find out there's an issue with the actual physical operation of it, we can just fail the intake manifold, and that'll be that. Let's see here. Get rid of that. I hate doing all this because someone just did this not long ago. Okay, so there's the output shaft, little keyway, and then in there looks like there's some kind of a little bit of a linkage or whatever. Let me get some pliers. We'll go in there and try to turn that thing. There we go. Some snap-on needle noses. Let's see how this operates. It does not. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, so here's the deal. This little electric motor is supposed to turn that, and yet it doesn't turn. Something's broken inside. So here's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna take some vice grips and put them on a little lever in there so we can more easily actuate this without having to hold the pliers in place. We hear some things in there flopping around and moving, right? You guys hear that? Let's go see if we can't see what the deal is. So I'm gonna pull this throttle body off and disconnect this guy. We're gonna look in. That was loose. I looked in the hole and try to get a visual. That was loose too. I'm gonna try to get a visual on those valves in there. Let's see what we can see. Yeah, you can't see much. Here, maybe I can put you guys down in that hole and then you can kind of see. I don't think so. Yeah, let's get a mirror. There we go. Got an inspection mirror. Now we can, oh, hang on. I saw something different colored. That might be one of the runners. Yeah, there we go. We get you guys just right with the light. Hang on. Okay, see that white thing in the mirror? Right there, that looks like it's one of the valves. Now that valve is up top because the mirror is pointing upwards. I'm gonna reach back over here. I'm gonna grab onto this guy. See if we can't see. Okay, that valve is moving, but it's not going, it's not opening fully. Something's in the way of it. Looking a little farther back in there, you see the other valve. There's another one way back there. See that one? I don't think that one's moving either. They're all connected to one shaft, I believe. Let's try to wiggle that last one. Yeah, they move, but they're only moving like a small percentage of the total amount needed. Now, unfortunately, I can't get into this intake because once they assemble these, they're like melted together, plastic welded, so to speak. So they're not serviceable once they're built. Yeah, see, there's a bottom half and a top half, but we can't get this thing apart to go inside and take a look. I don't think I can see any of those actuator valves through the runners. Yeah, no. Now, so what I believe happens is when you command wide open throttle, that little actuator motor is going to turn the shaft and it's going to open those valves up all the way, which is going to bypass the runners and just give you a straight shot into the intake. That way it can serve as a high flow intake when it wants to, and it also can serve as a low flow intake when it wants to. I'm not seeing any light coming through. Yeah, something's broken inside of here. One of those valves is busted, or the shaft is broken, or something happened. I do believe this is a confirmed kill. We're gonna need to replace the intake manifold on this Hemi. And that looks expensive-ish, I'd say. I don't even know if these things are available, but I think that's what it needs. So let me go write it up, and we'll get one ordered and kind of go from there, I suppose. Alrighty, so we got this faulty manifold back on the bench here, and we need to start stripping it down because the dealer actually happened to have a replacement unit, so it's on the way. So let's get this thing stripped down, pulled apart, get all the pieces off of it. That way we can transfer said components over to the new unit and then get the thing reinstalled. So let's pull these studs out, unclickages. Guy goes over there. Let's give her a flip around the other side here. I think all I need to do is get like the rubbers off of it, the caps, and naturally the fuel rails and the injectors. Should be all that we need to remove. Looks like we need a 10 and a 10. I have those. I have many 10s, multiples of 10. That one out. Good. Okay, now that this has been disconnected, we're going to lightly pry bar the fuel rail off. It's going to pull the injectors out of their homes here. No force, we just need light pressure. And you got to give it a second, because as you pry, it's going to put some stress on the O-rings, and then eventually they start coming out of there. But you pry it all at once, you'll just pull the O-rings off and tear them, and then that's not okay. That's nasty looking. But that side's out. Let's flip it. And again, just a bit of pressure. A little more. Come on up. Pulling the O-rings off of this one. There we go. Half of them are out. Good. And one more stubborn one in the back, but we got it. Okay, so the fuel rails have been removed. Set those aside. I do not believe there's anything else on here that needs to come off. Maybe some plastic, or maybe some metal clips. Plastic. I don't think the new unit's gonna have stuff like the clips on it, so I'm taking it off. They tend to not come with things like that. It's usually just plastic. Save this. The rest of this looks good. Oil cap. Need to save that. There's a stud right here. Get that off of there. We need a wrench. And there's a plastic clip. Come on. Then the metal clip comes with. Yep, chop shop, stripped it down. I believe that's all the components we're gonna have here. Gaskets are gonna stay. All right, let's get this thing out of here. Waiting for the new one to show up. Justin has returned with our new Mopar intake manifold box. This thing is a massively large box. Let's see what's inside. Here we go. Unboxing. Okay, it came with a new foam pad. It's a little isolator down in the valley. Came with some packing material. Came with some gaskets. Some bolts. And I did find that one that I was missing, by the way, but we have a new set of bolts too. There it goes there. More packing material. More packing material. More packing material. And we've got a big plastic part surrounded in packing material. Alright, let's get this thing more unboxed. Time for the blade. Ooh, it's shiny. Look at that shiny thing. Ah, yeah, look at here, see? There's no metal clips installed anywhere. I'm gonna put this one in right now, that way I know where it goes. Hammer. Let's see, how about an oil cap? We can throw that on there. Gonna screw in. What's these? I don't know why we're not screwing in. Oh, it's machined horribly, the plastic. That's cool. Oh, not machined, that might have been the wrong word, but there's rubber or plastic stuff that's not it's in the way. Yeah, that's not quite finished properly. Okay, I guess I need to cut new threads, something like that. Use the plastic threads to cut new threads. That's weird, yeah. I guess the molding wasn't that great. It's not leaving a lot of room for confidence. There, much more better. Okay, that's on there. Let's get the gaskets and whatnot set up next. Okay, I've got the stud on. Out back, let's get sensor reconnected. That's good there. We need the cap for the PCV thing. Stick that thing in there. Put it. There you go. Click that down. All right, so far so good. I've got some gaskets, one of which is going to be for the throttle body. That's the big one. Come here. Put that down in its groove. Good. Get in there. Very nice. We can drop the fuel rails into position now. I threw some lubricant on the O-rings. You should lube your rings before insertion. It makes for a smoother insertion. Push that down, that's good. I think it's bottomed out almost. There, now it is. Okay, that's on, that's on, that's on. Throttle body, let's get that guy next. Let's set that guy down. 4 bolts, we'll get him started. Clickage. There we go. All right, that's good. Beautiful. Next, let's bolt down the what you calls them. don't know, words. We need to bolt down the fuel rails more bolting. That one's there. These two were on this front side, and they have to cut their own threads as well, I believe. Yeah. Good. Okay, 10 millimeters. Oh, actually, I need the E-Torx first. E-Torx on that back one, and then the 10. Little stud guy. It's for the engine cover. Plastic click. That went there, and then those two. Come here. Alrighty, let's flip it over, put the intake gaskets on at the bottom side, and then this thing is ready for reinstallation. Actually, you don't even need to flip it over, let's just flip it up. That's good. That's for cleaning the toolbox. No worries. Oh, come on, it ran out as soon as I went over there. That's not okay. So anyway, these are oil passage gaskets right here. Because we pour the engine oil in the manifold, then it has to run down into the cylinder head and then down into the block. So we cannot forget these oil passage gaskets. This one, I'm assuming, is for PCB. That one's there. And the rest of these units just slip inside their grooves right here. Like so. All right, manifold's coming back in. So I got the runner controller reinstalled on the rear of it. The replacement little insulator pad is in place, and I've also got those two wires that I cut open re-secured, and I've retaped them with some friction tape. So this thing is ready to rock and roll to go back into its new home, rather. Need to reach around and plug in those runner circuits. Whoa, this is hard on the abdominal muscles. It's abominable on the abdominals. Anyway, there's one connector. Get on there. That one's on, and then that runner connector. Can't reach it. That over. Okay, runner control connector is now connected. That's all good. Everybody's in position. Let me wiggle this thing back. We'll get her bolted in. There we go. I'm taking care to not slide the gaskets across the cylinder heads, because it could cut the gaskets or knock them out of position, in which case we'll have a massive vacuum leak, and that would be bad. We don't want that. We want no vacuum leaks. All right, she's in. Good to go. All right, coming in with 10 new manifold bolts. I'm gonna drop them all down and get them started, and that's gonna locate the manifold assembly itself. And once they're all started and in position, we'll come back and torque them. Let's not lose the brand new one, Ray. What do you say? There, we can plug these injectors in while we're here. I'm multitasking in the most efficient way imaginable. That one's in. I felt it slide into the hole. And that back one, that's in there. Injector. next injector, so this side's good. Plug the harness in. There we go. Let's go get the other side next. Okay, 5 more fasteners. There's one. Yeah, this corner has 2, and that corner back there has 2, making the making up for the total 5 on each side. The reason that works is the cylinder heads are actually offset. They're not directly next to each other. I can't reach back there. There's one. Come here. It's so far away, I can't even find the hole. There it is. Alright, that one's in. And then the one, where's that hard one at? Right there. There we go, that one's in. Plug the fuel line in while we're here. That's good. Let's make it tight. The wrong socket. Get some on this side. Some back ones. I need to climb up. Bear with me. I gotta reach back there. Get my ladder out. I'm going real light on the trigger, by the way. I know this thing's impacting the whole way, but doesn't mean it's making it super tight. That's good. Okay. Let's get the injectors in. There's 3. And last one. Get on there, injector. There we go. That one's good. All connected. I missed one of the studs for the fuel rail, but it's okay. I realize the error of my ways. I'm taking steps to undo that. All right, we've got a couple hoses to refit here. There's a PCV hose. I already put that bracket back on the front. Put that hose on back there. That's in place. Good. And then these 2 guys. There's one of them, plugs in right there. And the other, that's the brake booster hose. That's going to plug in right there. Good manifold vacuum source. There. All right, all that's looking pretty decent. I have no more parts except for my air box. Let's get this in place so we can start the engine. And there's, wait, one more hose. Hang on, I forgot one. This one, it's gonna run across and plug into the breather right over here, PCV breather. There we go. You plug in. Get on there. There. Airbox lid. That goes there. Temperature sensor connector. Right there. I think we're about ready to rock and roll and fire this thing up. Good. Very good. Okay, everything's back together with the exception of that engine cover, which we'll put back on later on after I put spark plugs in this. Let's go ahead and fire it up and See if we can run like a self-test or something on that code. Keep this alive. Run smooth. That fan clutch is junk though. Turning way too slow, but no matter. Grab the scan tool. See what this thing has to say about situation. Beep, powering on. Where's that little plug at? Right there. Get her plugged in, connected, powered up, yada yada, all that good stuff. Okay, 13 Ram 1500 rear wheel drive, 5.7 Hemi. That thing's got a Hemi in it. Oh my god. Display fitted systems. Hello, I can see you in my reflection. Hello. Okay, engine. Codes menu. No codes present. Good. So it's not even there anymore. I like that. Let's go functional test. Let's see if we can manually actuate this runner control business. Auto shutdown relay, nope. Cylinder deactivation, nope. Double start override, don't know what that is, nope. Injection, intake manifold short runner valve, solenoid control state, that's what we're looking for. Let's just see what we can do. Let's close it. Hey, cannot be started, conditions, test cannot be started. Why not? What are they? I bet it has to have the engine off. I bet that's what it is. Yeah, let's just try to, let's do it with the engine off. That's engine off, key on, close it. States closed, open it. It states open. Okay, close it. States closed. All right, let's hop out and see if we can at least hear the thing actuating. I'd like to watch the thing function like it's supposed to, so we can try to confirm success. So we're closed. I don't know if we can hear it, but I'm gonna try. Open it. Yeah, I'm not even really hearing it in there. I know. You know what? Let's just take the throttle body back off. Yeah, that'll work. Pull the throttle body back off of it and set that aside and set a check engine light off while we're doing this, but that'll be fine. Put that over there. 8mm again. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it off and go back in with the mirror and look at the runners from the front side of the engine. That'll work. Not exactly an orthodox method, but I tend to do things differently sometimes. I'm different. You stay far, far away as it comes right back. That's silly. I meant to do that. I wanted to put it down there to test its durability. That was not even on tight. That's fun. Yeah, look, some coolant right there. Look, fixed another problem. Didn't even know about it. Actually, I probably created that problem by leaning over top of that thing, but that's okay. Okay, we're doing the same thing. We got the mirror down in the hole. See the stick? Flashlight coming in. Scan tool is in position. We're gonna watch those flapper valves. And let's get this just right. Bear with me. Okay, watching the valves. We're going for closed. Oh, there they go. And open. Aha! I'm not hearing that thunk sound. Nice. That's what we need to see. And again, there's all 8 of them, so I do believe this is a confirmed kill. We got it. System is functioning when commanded, operating as designed. Wires are good, valves are good, actuator's good. Calling this one good. So that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. Yes, we do have more work to do on this. We gotta do some spark plugs on it and some fluid services and whatnot. But we're gonna have to save that one for another day because the boys are closing the doors. It's time to go home. It's 5 p.m. and I'm out of here. So everybody, having said all that, as always, in closing, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this situation, plastic parts, and Dodge products as a whole in the comment section down below. Do not forget to engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there. And most importantly, do not forget to have yourselves a great day. See you guys later in a video, in a Dodge, in a Ram, in a intake manifold runner, in a transmission.